I swear, man, these women are not worth the stress. They're just not worth the stress, the hassle, the headache, and the pain that comes along with them, you know? Like, we all know as B peelers and all that stuff, as um, romantically unwanted men or romantically unsuccessful men, that these women, they act they just act so weird and strange these days. And it's like every time you try to get with the girl, it's always some BS. It's always something that it's I don't know if it's the devil, I don't know if it's them, I don't know if it's something, but it's always something like it throws a wall in between, like, us, you know. But if you're an average guy, if you're unwanted and all that stuff, you're never gonna have like high hopes to find somebody anyway. And some guys do, but as far as me, I don't have high hopes to find somebody. And maybe most likely I'm just gonna die alone. That's just how it is. Most likely I'm just gonna die alone. I mean, I'm 32, soon to be 33. Never had a relationship. Never had like never holding hands with the girl. Never like never had anything romantic with the girl. So I would say, like, most likely I'm just gonna die alone. And the way it goes, the way things are going, I think it's gonna end up that way. So I mean, honestly, the girls that I used to talk to, they weren't even like, I mean, we weren't even in a relationship or something, but they always bring drama and negativity, and they always bring something bad in my life. And I was thinking, like, why? Like, why are these stuff happening to me all the time? Like, why are these girls always giving me like negative energy? Why are all these girls always like throw their negative energy at me? Well, all these girls are deflecting their insecurities, deflecting their bad vibes on me. But all these girls are like, why all these girls just, it's like they never give me any compliments, but at the same time they just like find every little flaws about myself and throw it back in my face. You know, like it's so soul crushing that a girl doesn't give you compliment, but it just gives you like it nitpicks all your flaws about you and just mention it to your face. And she wants to make sure that you hear it. She wants to make sure that you noticed it. Notice these stuff, even though like you already know these stuff, but she wants to make sure that she actually knows these stuff about you, and she noticed this stuff about you, like whatever it is, whether it's your height. A lot of women love to, you know most women love to, like, talk down on short guys or guys who are shorter than them. They always tell them like they're not man enough. They always tell them like they're a kid, they're a child, even though these guys are in their 30s or 40s or whatever. They always want to tell them like, oh, they're not good enough, they're not adequate, they don't act like a man, they're not masculine. They're just they're they just should like treat, and they just treat them like kids. And I don't understand why a lot of people deny this, but that shit happens more often than you think. Okay? Like women like always say like, oh, you have your forehead is big, you know, you have you're getting bald, or you're just you know, you're ugly, you're this, that, and the other. You know, they always say this stuff to bring you down. You know, they always say this stuff to, you know, make you feel worse than you already feel. You know, and it kind of sucks, man. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, you shouldn't pay attention to what people say. Okay, I get that. You know, I completely understand that. You shouldn't. You should not take something serious that people say, you know, because people always say stuff to hurt you, you know, but at the same time, you know, there are like men that never gone through this stuff, you know, there are men that have never struggled with these stuff, you know, there are men that always getting compliments from women, there always men there are men, there are like a lot of men always hear like, oh my god, you're so tall, you're so good looking, you're so handsome, you're so masculine, you're so intelligent, you're so like great, this, that, and the other. Even though these men, all they have is good looks and nothing else, man. But these women, they still go out of their way and compliment them. But when it comes to me, they just wanna, like, literally, they just wanna like size me up and just, you know, make me the ugliest thing on the planet. You know. I'm not the ugliest thing on the planet, but they want to make it seem like I'm the ugliest thing on the planet just to crush my confidence and just to bully me because they don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? Because they just like, they feel good. You know, they feel good to like crush me. You know, they feel good to, um, you know, make my self-esteem shatter. You know, they just feel good about that. You know, and they don't care. Like, these women don't care. Like, these women, anytime they say something bad about you, you think like they care about that? They don't care about that. They feel good about that, bro. They feel like they're empowered. You know, every time a woman talks negatively about you, they feel empowered. They love that. You know, they love it. And they don't feel bad, like I said, because they don't care. Because women don't care, bro. Women do not care at all. Women only care about like exotic looking men, good looking men, handsome men, tall men, men who are fit their descriptions, you know? That's all they care about. The rest, huh, they can be careless. But like I said, man, all these women that were in my life, you know, whether like it's coworkers, like I'm talking about female coworkers, I'm talking about like female friends, I'm talking about like just the females in general that interact with, not romantically, but just like regular, you know. And they're all the same, bro. They're all the same. They were telling me like, I'm this, that, and the other. Why am I too short? Why am I too this? Why am I too awkward? Why am I too weird? And all that stuff. And they don't understand. They don't know me, bro. They actually they have absolutely no idea who I am. But based on whatever they see or based on whatever they feel, they just throw their bad comments at me. And you know, it can be like the first interaction, it can be the second interaction, it can be like us knowing each other for like a week or a month or something like that. You know, the female friend that I had, she was telling me like I'm not good enough and all that stuff for her. And my female coworker tells me like I have a big forehead. She's telling me like I'm a virgin. That's another thing, bro. Like, they're always insulting me and all that stuff, calling me a virgin, like 40-year-old virgin. They're always telling me like I'm not getting girls. I'm too stupid. I'm too weird. I'm a dumbass. You know, my female coworker was telling me like, oh, like because there was this guy asking me something, like it was like a week ago, but I still remembered. But she was saying like, huh, this this guy has absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Like she was saying that, you know, she was literally saying that. And they're saying that because they want to bring me down, you know. They're saying that because they just like they have hatred towards me, you know. And this female coworker, every time like I mean, she's kind of like, I don't know what's her alternative motive is, honestly. I try to like not talk to her too much because there's no point, bro. There's no point. She has her life. I mean, there's no point. But I don't know. I don't understand her. Like, she's complimenting me first, and then next minute she just like not complimenting me. I don't know why I just said that. She doesn't compliment me at all. But other than like she told me like my nose is perfect. I'm like, okay, well, that's not really a compliment. Like out of all the features that I have, you just like tell me like my nose. Like, come on now. But anyways, you know, she's just like, I don't understand her, bro. To be honest, I don't understand her, and I'm not trying to figure her out too. Because I mean, like, why? Like, she loves to talk to me, and then she throws insults at me. I mean, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. But what I'm saying is that, you know, every female that comes to my life is just, it's just another BS, bro. It's just like, this is why I'm getting kind of nervous talking to girls. You know, I'm getting like frustrated. I'm getting angry, you know, when I'm talking to girls, because I know none of them care. I know none of them, like, they're really just, they're out for themselves, you know, and they don't care. You know, they just, all they care about is themselves and what they want out of life and what they can get out of you. But to be honest, dealing with these women is just nothing but stress and hassle and headache, bro. Like, they don't bring nothing to your life, no valuable things. And these women, they don't give you anything. Like, anything. They don't give you no pity sex. They don't give you nothing. But they have the audacity to throw negative stuff at you. They have the audacity to call you weird names. They have the audacity to insult you. They have the audacity to, you know, like, they bring you down because they don't find you attractive. You know, when women don't find you attractive, this is what happens. You know, the negativity happens. But when they find you attractive, do you think like a woman is gonna insult a handsome guy? Do you really think that? She's gonna drop her pennies for that guy, bro. But honestly, like, they just these women are full of problems, full of drama, full of mental issues. You know, these women have so many mental issues that it's unresolved and undiagnosed, and but they still think like they're perfect. Like, they have narcissism inside of them. Like, they literally have like trauma. They literally have like daddy issues, mommy issues. They have like uh they had like so many bad things, that they had like so many bad qualities, but for whatever reason they think like they're perfect, and you are a problem, and you're nobody, you know. I mean, the audacity, right? But it's best to like, I would say like, it's best to avoid these women, bro. Like, it's best to just do your thing. It's best to just not pay them no mind, not pay them no attention, not talking to them. Because me personally, I really don't talk to women, bro. I really don't talk to women. I know I get a lot of backlash. I know I'm getting a lot of shame. I know I'm getting a lot of like negative feedback from that because I'm not talking to no females, but at the same time, nobody knows me. Nobody knows me, you know? Nobody knows what I've been through. Nobody what I'm going through. Nobody knows what I'm going through. But they just say like, oh, you don't talk to females, you're gay. You don't talk to females, oh, something's wrong with you. You don't talk to females because you think you're better. You don't talk to females because you're scared. You're a coward. You don't talk to females because, you just don't have the balls. I'm like, oh my God. Like, just keep your negative energy, dog. Like, just keep your negative energy. I don't need your negative energy. I already have enough negativity in my life, bro. Like, I don't need that. I already have enough problems in my life. I don't need that, bro. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like every time you deal with these females, it's always something, bro. It's always something. Like, conversation can be good and everything can be good. The interaction can be good and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, something happens. Out of the blue, like, they just drop a weight on your head, and you don't even know where it's coming from. But the good thing about Black Pill is that you know exactly, like, what's gonna happen. If you're a guy interacting with girls, you should expect, like, certain things to happen to you. Usually, dealing with these women, we all know it's all ending disappointments. Dealing with these women, it's all like end up in getting ignored, getting your heart broken, getting like into an argument, getting into a fight. The female friend that I had, she was fighting me for no reason. She was like literally like, because she had so many problems, she just wanted to lash out on me. She just wanted to throw her like negativity on me. And I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I can't take it. Like, it's like they don't even have to be in a relationship with you. They don't even have to give you sex. They don't even have to like do something for you. All they have to do is like not find you attractive. And that's it. All they have to do is just not find you attractive. And that's it. Boom. Their negativity flows. Like it's just, a lot of people telling me like, why don't you approach women? Why don't you talk to women? I'm like, these people that have no idea like what is talking to women even is, like these people have no idea. Like, these women have nothing to offer but drama and problems, bro. Like, these women, they don't, like, these people don't understand. Like, these women are just out there to get you. You never know, like, what's going on in the female's mind. You never know. Like, people don't understand, like, I don't blame dudes that don't approach women because, I mean, why should you, Like, if she doesn't give you any signs, she doesn't come to you and she doesn't smile at you, being nice to you and all that, why? Like, even that doesn't mean anything, bro. Even that, even if girl can smile at you, can come talk to you, can be nice to you, can offer you stuff, it still doesn't mean anything. Still doesn't mean anything because why? Because she thinks that she can get somebody better. It's because she thinks like the grass is greener. She thinks like, you're not important. And, it's just one of those things, man. It's just one of those things just bothers me a lot, man. It just bothers me a lot. Like, these women have so many, like, manipulation tactics. They have so many, like, they have so many mind games. They're full of mind games. They're full of, like sadistic activities. They're just, like, they're just not good people, bro. And they have like so many emotional problems. They have so many mental problems. They have like so many somebody did something to them, now they try to get a revenge. They have like so many alternative motives. They're so secretive. Like, you can never figure these women out. They're never gonna tell you the truth. They're never gonna tell you how many men that you have slept with. They're never gonna tell you their real age. They're never gonna tell you like what they've been through, like what their bad experiences were in life, because they're just good at putting a facade, putting a front. They just like, you never know what's going on in these women's minds, bro. You never know. You never know, bro. They're so like sneaky. They're so like, they're so evil. You know, these women are evil, bro. And I don't know if you guys gonna agree. Some of you are, but to the ones that don't agree, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Either you gotta be delusional, or you gotta be like a Chad or Tyrell never had a bad experience with women. You know, other than that, you're just a delusional NPC, bro. But I'm telling you, man, these women offer you way worse stuff than good stuff, bro. Sometimes they don't even offer you any good stuff. All they offer you is bad stuff. Like, you know, like, what's the point of like you interacting with the women that always cause you problems, always cause you drama, always like fighting you, always love to like shout and yell at you, you know, always like to, you know, bring you down in front of others, always talking crap behind your back, always like like always like entitled, thinking like she's better than you. She wants to compete with you on everything. She thinks like, bro, honestly, these women, they're so masculine, you know, they think like they're just a man, bro. They think like they're just another man. They lifting weights, you know, they lifting more weight, lower, heavier weights than a lot of men. You know, they get into martial arts, you know, they get into like UFC and all that stuff. They get into like karate and all that stuff. They, you know, they act masculine, they talk masculine, they driving like stick shift cars, you know. They just, they do whatever dudes do. They wear dresses like men. They cut their hair short. They wear piercings. They're tatted up from head to toe. They want to sleep with so many men as possible. They just act like men, bro. And they just like talk like men. They just call you like bro, brah, like all that stuff. They talk to you like, they call you, hey bro, come here. Hey bro, come here. Like, nah brah, like, they just like, bro, they lost their femininity, bro. These women lost their femininity and lost their minds, bro. And we can't blame the social media. Definitely, because social media wants like brainwash these women into thinking like they can't do things better than men. They can't be another man. You know, they're better than men. Whatever men can do, that women can do better. And social media give women so much power, so much entitlement, so much like, you know, say so, that as a man you can't even do anything, bro. You can't even do anything. Like this entire world is on a woman's side, bro. This entire world is like against men and on the woman's side. And as an average man, you obviously have no say so, bro. As an average man, you literally have no say so. You just gotta go with the flow. You just have to live your life and see what happens, bro. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I never had any good experience with women. I never ever had any good experience with women. And it seems like all women are the same. All women are the same. They act the same. They do the same thing. They're into the same thing. They just want to be another like man. They just want to insult you, bring you down. They just want to crap on you to feel good about themselves. They just like they're the same, bro. They're just like copy paste of each other, bro. Like, it doesn't matter their race, it doesn't matter their age, it doesn't matter their nationality, it doesn't matter where they're from. They're all the same, bro. It doesn't matter if they're from freaking Southeast Asia. Like, all these men love to be like, oh, Southeast Asian women are so feminine. I'm like, they were. But how about this feminism? How about these like Chads and Tyrones that been there? How about these rich men that been there? Do you think like they're still feminine? They think like women, like men think like women in Eastern Europe, like Russia and all that bullshit countries, they're not. I'm telling you, bro, these women are not nice, bro. If you go to Russia, it's the same thing, bro. Women are over there are the same. Like, if you go to China, women are the same over there. If you go to Africa, women are the same over there. If you go to like freaking, I don't know, Spain, women are the same. Latin America, they're all the same. Colombia, Argentina, Ecuador, Mexico, whatever, they're all the same, bro. They're all the same. They act the same. They want the same thing. They want the same type of guy. They want the same type of guy, 6'4", Chad, good looking, muscular, like blue eyes, full of experience, rich, and they just like womanizer. You know, they love womanizers. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if they're virgin. It doesn't matter if they're young, they're old. It doesn't matter if they're in their 80s. They are the same mindset, bro. They all want the same mindset. Don't you think like women in their 80s want a Chad? They seriously want to, but they don't like Chads don't want them. They act weird around them because they don't like Chads don't want them, bro. Chads wants like 19, 20-year-old, bro. Chaz doesn't want like a granny that, you know, with the fake teeth in her mouth, bro. But I'm gonna tell you, man, like, every time you deal with this woman, it's a headache, bro. Like, first interactions go awkward. They make things weird. They make things awkward. They just like, 1 minute they're cool with you, next minute you're just like, you're nobody to them. 1 minute they're acting so like warm and nurturing towards you. Next minute they act so cold and distant, like you never existed, they never met you before and all that stuff. It's just like, they're very unpredictable, bro. They're very unpredictable. Like, you can never know their next move. You can never know their next what they gonna do. You never know, bro. They're so unpredictable and so like vain, bro. And sometimes it gets you nervous, bro. Like, sometimes it gets you nervous. Sometimes it gets you like angry. You'll be like, it doesn't matter what I do. These women are just acting weird. It doesn't matter what I do. It's just like I never get anywhere with them. It doesn't matter what I do. Things never work out because they don't want it to work out, bro. They don't want it to work out. They have so many options. They have more options than stars in a galaxy. You seriously think like you're gonna come on the top? Bro, the same girls that you're talking to, probably like, I would say like probably like maybe 400, 500 other guys that want the same girl. And those numbers are adding up, because every time she goes out, every time she goes to a grocery or gas station or something, or even online, her options are even adding up. Her options are adding up so quick that it's nearly impossible for you to compete with any guy, bro. Because why? You're not the tallest guy, you're not the most handsome guy, you're not the richest guy, you're not the most experienced guy, you're not the most a guy that has big social circle and status and fame and all that stuff. So you can't really compete with these other men, bro. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so weird. It is so weird. But it's just like every time you deal with the female, it's just negativity, bro. Me, personal experience, every time I was dealing with a female, it was just never going anywhere. Like, never. It wasn't going anywhere. Never. Like, you talking to them, thinking everything is cool. In back of their mind, they'd be like, this guy's nobody. Like, this guy's like, I want to make this guy thinks like he likes me. I like her and all that stuff. But the whole time, there's nothing there. Or sometimes they be like, they talking to you, and the whole time you're not even in their mind, bro. The whole time they're just talking. You're not in their mind, bro. You're nobody to them. That's why I'm just getting nervous. When I talk to a girl, I get nervous because I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I do. The smallest things can trigger them. The slightest, like, most smallest thing can turn them off. Whatever you do, whatever you say that they don't find appealing, that's it. It's a turn off, automatic turn off, automatic, like, rejection, automatic, like, no-go. So it puts you in a bad situation. It puts you in a bad mood. And if you're a guy that doesn't constantly get, like, positive reinforcement from women, it just crushes your self-esteem and confidence. If you're a guy, like, always getting ignored by women, if you're a guy always getting, like, bad shit happening to you from women, I mean, how can you have confidence? Can somebody please explain? How can somebody like that can be so, like, cool and all that stuff? You can't, bro. You can't. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But you guys let me know. You guys let me know, what do you think, about this video. So I'm gonna head out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.